Hey everyone, welcome. In this video, I'm going to show you how Skym 1.2 changes the way we look at Ableton instruments. So I've included a free pack that new Skym users will get automatically, but this video is for people that have previously used Skym and are now updating to Skym 1.2. So if you look at this page, which will be in the description of this video, there's a button that says download pack. Download that. It's a .alp file, which is an Ableton Live pack. And the next thing you want to do is make sure that you update Skym. You'll know that you have 1.2 if you scroll down to the new settings menu and see 1.2. And make sure you're on the Ableton preset. So we're going to make sure we're in synth mode here. And we're going to open up that .alp file. And it's going to say, please select the destination for the pack. I like to put it in my Ableton folder. So that's, for me, that's music, then Ableton. And keep in mind, you can't put it in a project folder, so the user library technically is a project folder, so I'm just going to put it here. You can put it anywhere that stays on your computer. Alright, so now that project is installed, I'm going to open it up. And you should see 5 tracks, each track with a different instrument. So the way that these instruments work and the way that I've changed Skym is that there's 2 modes, synth mode and control mode. They used to send different messages. Now they send the same X and Y MIDI messages, which control the focused device. So even though this is an instrument, it will be controlled by both synth mode and control mode. And if I skip around the project to other instruments, the focus will change based on this control surface. So what that allows us to do is, instead of having to use MIDI mapper devices, we can directly control instrument racks. And when we arm them, we're able to send a note in and play the instrument rack. One thing to note is that in order to use Skym this way, you have to be using it through the control script. So before, you could choose whether or not to be sending raw data in or not. But in this case, you have to make sure you're using the Skym Ableton script, because that's what will allow you to automatically lock to these devices. And if you don't have that, or you don't know what I'm talking about, just go ahead and watch the Ableton setup video. That'll be linked in this description as well. So let's check out this ocean shaper. I'm going to make sure to lock control surface to it. So that's a pretty simple sound, just basically pitching and filtering an ocean sample. This Skym noise is pretty simple as well. This is using no samples, just basic stock Ableton instruments. Alright, one last thing to go over here is, if you're using a third-party synth, or you're using our dimensional percussion pack that we have for Serum, we're going to have to use it in a slightly different way. Before, you could just load up an instance of Serum, arm the track, and play it. But now, since synth mode on Skym only accesses Ableton's macros, we need to expose them to Skym, or to Serum. So if I load up Serum on a track and arm it, the thing I need to do extra is to make sure it's configured with these macros 1, 2, 3, and 4, and that'll add them to your screen like they are here. And if you right click and say save as default configuration, you'll only have to do it once. And so now we're able to control those macros. So if I pick one of our dimensional percussion presets, then I'll be able to play it like normal. Okay, and that's pretty much it for the 1.2 update. I hope you enjoyed these new sounds, and stay up to date for new sound packs that heavily utilize the Ableton sampler. Alright, have fun.